Good afternoon, welcome back. This is the talk for today. This is the second slot. So I'm just repeating what we have in the morning because we have a different audience here. So today I'll be talking about learning reimagined in the Industrial Revolution IR 4.0. So what I have here, this is the first slide. Subsequently, I'll let you know what I'm going to talk about, what are the contents. And basically, it's more of when we go towards IR 4.0, how do we move along? How do we, as an educator, as a learner, how do we move together? What is your imagination? How do you imagine what we will be in IR 4.0? Let me start by introducing myself. I'm Lini. I am the program coordinator. That means I take care of the master's program by coursework in Faculty of Engineering. Typically, we have 3 programs, which I will let you know towards the end of the presentation. I'm also a chartered engineer and a professional engineer. Okay, basically this is the content of the talk today. I will talk about introduction, what is it, IR 4.0? How is the context, or what is the role of the context in Malaysia? What are the challenges, and besides challenges, we will have opportunities. How does it impact business, government, and people? Then how do we shape the future? That means how do we move along with IR 4.0, and what are the MMU's roles in this case? I believe this chart is not new to you. We have seen this when the government first talked about IR 4.0. So what we have here is how does it evolve, how does it revolve until it becomes the fourth. So the first one is actually when we have mechanical stuff, mechanical things, with introduction of the steam and the water power. That's the first revolution. Then we go to second revolution, we have electricity. Electrical power comes in, we mass production, we do mass produce. Third revolution, we go for automation. So there's automated product, electronics, PLC, IT, and robotics. Then we are coming to the fourth revolution. So in fourth revolution, what happened is we will have decision making from cyber-physical, involving human being and the automation. So, and this will comes in with the cloud technology. So all this data will go to the cloud. So this is the fourth revolution that we are talking about. This is what I get from worldwide. This is a much bigger picture. So what is happening if we have fourth industrial revolution? There will be a lot of things here. Let's zoom in and look at what we have in Malaysia. So when the fourth industrial revolution, IR 4.0, first stepped in, Malaysia in itself, Ministry of International and Trade Industry, MITI, introduced this policy. They call it National Forward, 4WRD. It's a national policy on Industrial 4.0. What we think as Malaysians we should focus on, which industry, what are the goals, how do we move, how do we shift that Industrial 4.0, and who are the enablers. I'll come back to this slide later. Let's look at from our point of view as a consumer. What are the challenges and opportunities? So whenever there's revolution, consumers gain the most benefit because it's prepared, it's done for our benefit. So when you play games, you can play network games, you can play online games. You are here in Malaysia, someone in Russia, they can play with you. It's easy. Listening to music, it's not like old days. Turn on your PC, turn on your radio player, use your CD. Now you can just stream it down to your handphone and you listen to it. Ordering a cab, ordering a taxi. In the olden days, we need to make a call for the taxi operator to prepare a taxi for us. Now you just have to use your handphone, press a few buttons, then a taxi will be here. Book a flight, you can just do it online, you can just do it through your phone. Buy a product, it's even easier. It's 24 hours. You don't have to wait until the shop is open, then only you come. You can do it online straight away. Even if you want to apply to MMU, it's available online 24 hours. Just apply it. So these are our benefits because everything is available anytime, anywhere. What do we expect to happen when IR 4.0 really steps in? what we have is all these gigantic words. Firstly, we will have self-driving cars, which means that the moment you step into the car, just tell the car, please bring me to MMU. Then he will draw the route and he will drive you to the car. He will stop by itself. It will ensure that you do not bang the car in front. It will ensure that you are in your lane, not out of the lane. You will have a warning if you depart from the lane. And this self-driving car will be coming. We will have mobile supercomputing. The simulation that you do, the games that you play will involve lots of processing power. So we call it supercomputing. And you can even play it with your handphone. That's why it's mobile. You can do it anywhere. This is because on the cloud server, we have all this processor. It's not 1, 2, it's 8, 16, a lot more. So that's why we call it mobile supercomputing. Then we have this artificial intelligence, AI, which will be able to tell you what is happening. If you take your phone out and then you snap a picture of this, for example, it will be able to tell you it's a bottle. So there is intelligence there. Then, not forgetting, we will be having gene editing. That means sooner or later, when we are pregnant, when girls are pregnant, go to the gynae, he'll be able to tell the gynae, I want my baby to have more feature of my father, of my husband rather than me. Then he'll be able to make some modification on it. That's called gene editing. So this is available soon. This is what we expect. Even people, OECD, Organization of Economic Cooperation Development, they say that rapid progress in AI indicates a much broader range of jobs than previously thought. Because when IR 4.0 was introduced, people start talking. We will no longer have jobs because our jobs will be taken by machines. But that's not true. In 2013, they already said rapid progress in AI indicates that you will have much wider job. Why? Who is going to build the machine? Who is going to prepare the machine? Who is going to maintain the machine? It's still human being. Okay? Jack Ma from Alibaba Group, 2018, he said, we cannot teach our kids to compete with machine, but we can teach our kids to work with the machine, to prepare the machine, to build the machine. There's no point competing, fighting with the machine. So these are two quotes that I got. So are we ready for IR 4.0? Nobody have answer.
Almost.
Almost. Good. To be ready, we have 5 key technologies. These are the 5 key technologies. First one is IoT, Internet of Things. Internet of Things have been here since long time ago. When we have internet, we want to look for things, we go to internet. That's why it's Internet of Things. Everything is there, everything is connected. Look for AI, artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is like, it's able to tell or sense what you are doing or what are the things available. It's able to tell there's traffic there, don't go there, go route B. Advanced robotics. In your house, we seldom mop the floor or vacuum the floor by ourselves anymore because there's a robot doing it. So robot will be moving around. We just need to command it. Move this, go straight, turn right, only along this area. So there's robots. It's also helping human beings. Those with amputated legs, for example, you will have robots to help you. Then we have enterprise wearables. Enterprise wearables means things that you wear will have technology intact in it. The very one example will be your watch, for example. It's intelligent. You wear it to tell you how many steps you have been today. What's your heartbeat rate? What have you done? The 5th is additive manufacturing. Additive manufacturing here means your 3D printing. So that is part of the key technology to moving towards IR 4.0. What are the impacts of this IR 4.0? I break it into 3 parts: business, government, and the people. The first one is business. So here, I extract this from the World Economic Forum report book. It's a world report. What it means is that IR 4.0 will have the digital transformation impact, and it's expected that it has positive impact on your cost reduction. That means the percentage of cost will reduce when you move to IR 4.0 fully. There are 3 categories here. manufacturing, logistics, and retail. So what it means is, in fact, manufacturing industry, you will have total cost reduction of 20% when we move into IR 4.0. How we get 20% is from the additional revenues and cost reduction combined together, and assumption that this is the 20%. In detail, you will have to look into the report. Okay? So you have manufacturing industry, logistics, and retail. Retail shows the highest positive cost reduction when we move into IR 4.0. To government, Malaysia, we stream to Malaysia. What is the impact that it has? The moment IR 4.0 moves in, our government, the ministry, came out with this policy, National Policy on Industry 4.0, which will be valid between these years of range, 2018 to 2025. These are the vision, the goals, how we should move along with it, and how should we do? What should we do? What are the enablers? What do you think is Malaysia focus? What do you think is Malaysia focus? No idea? In the report itself, it shows Malaysia's manufacturing GDP contribution and growth. This is RMK 10, RMK 11. We are in RMK 11. The one in 2020 is the project that much of growth. And it also showed the manufacturing industrial employment. So the SMEs is in the manufacturing sector. Employment is 42%. In large firms, it's 57.9%. We depend on foreign labor, 26% from non-Malaysian, 74% from Malaysian. What are the skills that we look at? Low skill, 7%, semi-skill, 75%, high skill is 18%. The qualification comes from 80%, SPM, STPM, university level, 7.5% only. So you see there's a lot of room for improvement. That means the qualification that we have, there's a lot, because we need a lot of people, semi-skilled and high skilled, more than the low skilled people. So what do you think is Malaysia focus? Malaysia focus on these sectors: electrical and electronics, machinery and equipment, chemical, medical devices, aerospace, and other sectors. Other sectors involve automotive, transport, textiles, pharmaceutical, metal, food processing, and services. So out of these sectors, you will notice that there's one sector that we can play our role as a MMU. Okay? These are the impact to business and government, to us as a normal people. The impact is more of privacy, because with the IR 4.0, with the IoT, whatever you do, you need to log in. When you log in, your data go to the cloud space, the cloud storage. So everything is there. Same thing like the moment you open your web browser, you go into YouTube, it's able to detect that you are logged in as something at gmail.com, for example. So the only impact to us human beings is the privacy. Okay? So what should we do? How do we shape to ensure that we can move along with IR 4.0? There are 3 key areas that human can beat the machines for future key jobs. These 3 areas are, first, creative endeavors. Creative endeavors means people who can write, people who can draw. You cannot ask a machine to write. You cannot ask a machine to draw. You cannot ask a machine to write me a story. You need an author who can imagine what you want to write. What is the storyline? You cannot ask a machine to draw unless you give him the coordinate, 00010 something, then he will start drawing. So these areas can beat the machine. Secondly, what do you think? Emotional interaction. Machine cannot think, but we can. So human being can think. We have emotion. How do we interact with the machine? Third, physical dexterity and mobility. This means physical activity that you do, hiking, exercise, swimming. You want to climb to Mount Kinabalu, you need a tour guide. You cannot ask a robot to come with you. Please help me go up. You can get a map, yes, you can know how to go. But if something happens somewhere, who should we consult? What should we do? You still need a human being who have experience, who knows what to do. So these are the 3 key areas that you can move along with IR 4.0. What are the trends as we move on? That means after the IR 4.0, what do you think will be the trend? We already have all this technology. 2025 and beyond, what will happen is that your wearables, 10% of us will be wearing something which is attached to the technology. Today, we already have people wearing smartphone, bringing along your handphone. Sooner, you will have some other, your belt, your shoes, which is able to detect the movement of your leg, your gout analysis to say that whether you are sick or you need more activity, something like that. 80% of us will put all our data into the cloud. Someone will be able to access it. That's why we don't have privacy anymore. Most of our things will be connected through internet. Your equipments at home, your washing machine, your TV, your rice cooker, your pressure cooker is connected through internet. You can prepare it. When you're working, you come to work. You can set it up, and then later, when it's almost time to go home, you can use your handphone app, press on it and say, start cooking. So by the time you reach home, it's prepared. So everything is connected. And of course, with the additive manufacturing, you will have 3D printed car, real car, not toy car, that can move on the road. You just need to assemble the engine in it. So this is what we are looking at beyond. What are the possible scenarios for employment growth? That means with all this trend, IR 4.0, what do you think will happen? We need these jobs which are related to developing and deploying new technology. First and foremost will be your healthcare providers. So in the olden days, if you are sick, we go to the doctor. Doctor will just check and say that you are sick, you have fever, take Panadol, go home. 2 days later, you come back. I still have flu, I still have headache. Maybe you need to check x-ray. They will scan your x-ray on your lung. A week later, you come back and they will say, I'm still not good. How? My head is still in pain. Maybe you need MRI. Then send you to the doctor and check MRI. 2 weeks later, you come back and say, I still don't feel good. Then doctor will say, you might need CT scan. So you see the technology that they use from a simple scope to check whether you are having anything on your lung, to x-ray, to MRI, to CT scan. All this involve technology. So sooner or later, you just need to call and say, I think I have all these symptoms from the checklist that is provided. Which part should I go? Then he will say, okay, I've made an appointment for you to do CT scan. Straight away you go CT scan. So healthcare providers need to provide technologies to help patients in it. So we will still need doctors, we still need nurses. Managers and executives. We have all these machines, we have all this technology, we have all this automation. But who is going to supervise it? Who is going to maintain it? Who is going to repair it? So we still need them. They are not replaceable by a machine. Educators, like us. Educators, especially for young kids, young population. Today, we can say that sometimes we can do blended learning. You just do online learning. How are you going to do online learning with small kids, 5, 6 years old? You cannot just put a laptop here and say, okay, look at your laptop, learn something. He will be running around. So you still need educators, especially for young population. For us here as educators, we are more of like a guide you, saying that you should go this direction, that direction. Then you'll be able to find the knowledge that you want. Creative people, such as artists, performers, entertainers. Because we are moving towards IR 4.0, we are supposed to be a more developed country people. And you're supposed to have higher income people. So when you have higher income, you need entertainment, you need leisure, you need recreation. So you need all these people, creative people, artists, performers, entertainers. You need to watch movie, who is going to create that movie for you? So you need all these people around as you move on with technology. When you have machine, automation is there, automated machine is there, who is going to build that? You need someone to build it. An engineer build it, but where are you going to put the machine? You need to put it in a factory. You need to put it in a building. So you need a builder for you, a place for you to put your machine. So you still need builders. You still need professionals that involve infrastructure. You need your internet connection from this country to other countries, under the sea. You need someone to build the cable, the pipe, all this, you need to be there. And of course, the manual and service jobs like home aides, health aides, people who can take care. Like most of us, if we go working on daytime, we put our kids on daycare. So who's going to take care of the kids? You cannot expect a robot to take care of your kids. You need someone to take care of the kids. You need someone to take care of your elderly when you go to work. So those are human beings. And gardeners. If you have a garden at home, people like me who don't like gardening, I hope someone will come and help me to do gardening. It cannot be done by a robot. Robot will only do routine work, specific work. Like he will be able to differentiate whether this is wheat or this is flowers, this is plant or what. Gardeners will be able to differentiate. So these people still needs to be there. And professionals such as scientists, like your COVID-19 virus, we need scientists to come up with a vaccine. Accountants who can able to count. This is number of cases for today. This is the money that you are banging in. This is the money that we need to spend. We still need people to do that. Analysts, we still need people to calculate the mobility rate, the mortality rate. We still need people to count, to calculate, and to predict in AI, for example. And of course, you still need engineers. You need engineers to build your circuit board, electronic engineers. You need civil engineers to build building infrastructure. You need mechanical engineer to build your machines. So you still need engineers. Although we said we are moving towards IR 4.0, everything will be automated, but you still need people to build it. So if you look at the sectors that we are focusing in Malaysia, these are the sectors. We have these sectors here, electrical and electronics, which is very much still alive here, still growing. And these electrical and electronics and sectors needs lots of engineers. It's predicted that by 2025 we need around 20 million engineers. But if we look at the rate of people taking up engineering as their program, it's not. Yes, we are not going to be there. So in MMU itself, we have engineering postgraduate programs by coursework. So in FOE, these are the programs that we have by coursework. These are the programs that we have by research. And all these programs are approved and accredited by MQA, Malaysian Qualification Agency. We have 3 programs here. First one is Master of Engineering in Telecommunications, more of the 5G telecommunication, how to build your base station, your networking and switching techniques. We also have the traditional program, Electrical and Electronics Engineering. And if you think that you want to go both ways, technical and management, so we have Master of Science, Engineering Business Management. So in this program, we have engineering subjects together with some MBA subjects. So it's like giving people more variety. Which one you want to go, you can go for management as well. So with this, I conclude my presentation for today. Do you have any question? You don't have a question. So today what we covered is actually what I've talked about is all this. What are the introduction of IR 4.0? What are the challenges and opportunities? How it impact business, government, and people? What is the trend? What are the possible scenarios? And in MMU, we are working to match that path, to make sure that the graduate that come out will know AI, will know IoT, will know 3D. These are the things that we are working on. Any other questions? Do you have any questions from Facebook? No. Okay, so I'll end the section. So if you have any question, you can just put it in Facebook and I'll try to answer it from there. Thank you.